Hey, what's going on YouTube? Black Beer Hunter here coming at you again, and we're here to talk about Stille Nacht. And I think I said that correct. Stille Nacht. And so in English, that means silent night, right? And so this is a Belgian strong pale ale, and it's out of Brouwer de Dolle Brewers, located in I think it's in Esen, Belgium. And so basically, Brewery de Dolle Brewers means the Mad Brewers in English, right? And it's, as we see, a Belgian brewery based in Essen. And so, yeah, the brewery itself, De Dole, I think has been around since like the 80s, right? Like I think the brewery before they had it had been around since 1835. It was restored in the 80s, and Brewery De Dole purchased it, right? And so they've been making beers religiously since then. Now, I'm not sure about the actual, because if you know a lot about most Belgian ales, they've been around forever, and that's why their tastes are so consistent. And so, in this particular pale ale, it is it's a Christmas ale, like like a winter warmer, whatever you want to call it. And in general, I think in different iterations, they've actually it's ranged from like 8 to 12% ABV, and this one in particular is definitely it's 12%. And I would like to say in this is a 2018. This is labeled as a 2018. And so since 2000, they've actually been storing a ton of these, and then basically going through like having events yearly to see exactly how it's aged over the years. And so here we are with a pale ale that is designed to age, and it should actually change as it ages. I've had one of these before in like 2014. I cannot wait to crack this. When I saw this on the shelf at one of my local bottle shops here in DC, I was excited, and I was like, oh, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. So I've held on to this like maybe 2 months or so. I think I bought it around Christmas. And so, yeah, I'm excited, right? And so this beer in particular is brewed with, I think it's like pale malts, white candy sugar, in a kettle, nugget hops to give it an extra bitterness and balance the sweetness due to its density, right? Like a lot of Belgian ales, they have that natural sweetness, and like the sugars that they use, the candy sugars that they use it's extremely distinctive. And so it also has a little acidity to it, right? To from the fermentation. And so it should be extremely interesting as it ages, right? Like I think the one I had in 2014, I want to say that probably was like from 2013 to 2012 or something like that. But it was probably about the same age, like 2 years or so. But it was an awesome beer, and actually I want to say I had it on tap, so it was a little different, right? Because most taps taste different, especially during that time. They weren't real particular about like, the temperature that they were serving at or whatever the case is. But as it warmed, it became extremely interesting. And so, yeah, like I don't think the quality control on these beers have decreased any. I think they I mean, most of these breweries, that's what they're known for. Like I said, it's consistency. And so, like I said, I always have a special place in my heart for a nice Belgian. Even if it's a pale and I'm called the Black Beer Hunter, it's a Belgian. And so at the end of the day, I pretty much know what I'm going to get with this. And so, yeah, we're here to talk about it. So with that being said, like a dummy, I totally forgot the handy dandy bottle opener. And so let's play. So at the end of the day, let's go ahead and crack this bad boy and see exactly what Dolle has made for us. Oh yeah. Ooh, ooh. I'm gonna have to pour this quick. Soon as I cracked it. Oh, you can smell that. Oh, this room and it's kind of ooh. And it's like a sediment in here. Look at that color. Ooh. That color is just like special. Like for it to be a pale ale, it has a ton of color. Like it's the malts that they use maybe. But it looks really good. And the head, like all those large bubbles. And I mean, it's receding pretty quick. But I mean, look at that amber color. The head is receding pretty quick. Not much lace into it, right? But just that deep orange color. But if you look, I don't know if this can pick it up. If the camera can pick it up, but it's like it's a ton of sediment in there, right? Like, I guess I should have been a little bit more careful when I was pouring it. But a lot of I'm gonna drink it. And you're not supposed to, but I don't care. But like, there's a ton of like yeast and stuff in the bottle. But dark orange color. I don't know if that's yeast, but it's a ton of sediment. And so, like, you can see that the head is receded. It hasn't actually gone to like, and then the lacing actually looks a little bit better now. Like, so now it's like more like the smaller bubbles have retained, and it's just like leaving like a little, like just under like a maybe half or quarter of a fingertip. But it looks good. Like, it looks actually really, really good. Right? So, with that being said, the head is receded. It left a little bit of lacing. And so, like I said, you definitely can smell the aromas in the air from it. As soon as I popped it, I could kind of smell it. I can smell it now, but let me go ahead and check it out real quick. Let me take a little whiff of the aromas. Oh, it's like fruity and peppery from the yeast. Like apple juice, oranges, pears, maybe a little cherry, figs. Oh man, it's got banana. Like, it's extremely, wow. It's all in my nose. It's extremely complex and layered in just the smell. The aromas are just giving off all kind of notes. Like, the phenols are just like all over the place. Like, it's actually yeah, I'm excited. Like, I'm excited to taste this. I can't wait. I'm gonna have to pull out the cheese. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. So, yeah, with like, and hold on, man, that orange and those pears and apples, like, it's like you definitely can smell like it's got a little funky tart. Like, it's like a little tart and a little funky, right? Like, so like old wood. Like it definitely, they probably would age that. Like it's no doubt about it that they probably like. I could smell like some. It's an old musty wood smell to it. Not like a bad musty smell, but what you would expect when you get a barrel aged beer. Like if it's barrel aged, and oh, I'd like to know exactly how long they aged it because it smells delicious. Like to me, that it tells me a lot about the characteristic of the beer and how it's going to feel on my tongue, like what it's going to actually taste like. And so, yeah, man, like you can smell like those sugars and oh, yeah, it smells great. So YouTube, your boy is going to have to go ahead and drink this. So I'm about to take one for the team. I'm excited. My mouth is like, whew. So with that being said, YouTube, cheers. I could have, oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Belgian candy sugars, like plum, figs, apples, banana, some cloves, nutmeg. Oh my gosh. Wood. Oh man. Just you're getting all kind of spices, you're getting all kind of sweetness, you're getting some tart. It's like some type of tart delivery, so it might be like cherries, um, ripe pears. I love ripe fruit, and so this is like right up the alley. Like when I juice things, I like to let it get extremely ripe and then juice it. Oh man. And like when you catch it in the strainer, like you catch what's left in the strainer, you can make a bread out of that. But when you catch and strain it and run it through like 2 or 3 times, and it's just so smooth and silky and sweet. I can cut it with water and it still tastes great. And like this beer just like is so like not overly sweet, but just right. Like wow, it like aging this would be awesome. And like to me, you know what it kind of reminds me of? Kind of reminds me like of the Belgians were trying to like make a barley wine or something. Like it tastes like oh my gosh, it is aging well, and it's only been 2 years, but it tastes really great. And so you would expect like you expect it to lose something, but that's the one thing about Belgian beers. They taste really great as they age. Um, and so yeah, like that fruity taste kind of lingers on your tongue. Like right now, I have cherry. While I'm talking, it feels like I've been eating cherries. Like I said, you get apples. Like I've taste apples. Like I've been eating apples and pears. Um, you got that pepper on your mid palate still kind of hanging in there, and cloves. It's just like I said, layered, complex, but refined, right? Going to the feel, like now that I talked about how refined it is, the texture, it has really great like body and texture. But then it feels like a bubbly champagne because, like I said, it just has just enough carbonation. The carbonation just oh, hold on. It's like little carbonation, but just enough. Oh wow, that's getting so much better. It's more cherry coming out now. Now the cherry is overtaking the apples. It makes me want to juice a ton of apples and a ton of cherries. You get that hint of spice, and so with the texture and the spices, the texture and the sweet fruit delivery. Oh my gosh, like you can't even tell it's 12%. Definitely a sipper, like I said, with some cheese, some crackers, man, some sausage, and yo, it's popping. Like at the end of the day, it's scary on how smooth this is because, like I said, you cannot tell it's 12%. Um, the like I said, low carbonation, nice medium body, good viscosity on the tongue, awesome foamy. Like initially when I started drinking it, it had still like a little bit of head on it, and the foam was like it didn't just like disperse. It like hit your tongue and it had feeling. It was foamy. It was like real foam on your tongue, and so it held a lot of flavor. Nice warm finish. The mouthfeel to me is just like excellent. It's crisp, it's smooth, kind of dry on the back end. Like I like that dry flavor. Like I said, it feels like a champagne or a white wine. Overall for me, damn, this is a hidden gem. It's something that should be talked about. Like a lot of Belgian ales should be talked about. People do talk about them. I mean, we talk about West Valerian and Le Souffle and just a ton of beers. Like it's a ton of beers that you can talk about in the Belgian line that, especially from a lot of smaller breweries. And here we are. If you like a little sweet and not overly sweet, here you go. You like a little bitterness and a little hop, here you go. You like that dry finish, here you go. And like I said, you want to hold on to it and wait it out and see how it develops. Like by buying 6, buying 8, buying 12, and basically, like I said, just going through and every so often checking them out, right? And so, being that this is like over 2 years old or whatever, is extremely wonderful. It felt like I just drank some honey. Like now it tastes like honey on my tongue while I'm talking. Wow. And so I just can't wait to pair this with some cheese. I have a really great cheese that I'm going to pair it with. I wish I had a cigar to pair with this. At the end of the day, this is going to be going pretty quick. Not too long after I stopped this camera. And so sweet and fruity, deep complexity, a sipper. You can't ask for anything more. This is an outstanding beer. If I had to rate it, 4, 5, just to be nice and conservative, hands down, easy. I don't even know what it's going to taste like when it fully ages. Like I want one now, like from the time frame I had it in 2014, 2012, whatever the case is. I want one about 5 or 6, 7, 8 years old. And so, I'm going to have to sit on the ones that I got. I have to now that I've tasted this. It tastes, and this is what's so funny. Like I said, it tastes different than the one I had on tap. The one I had on tap was straight delicious. And so with this one is really delicious, but it different delivery. And so, and the only thing I can do is sit on the bottles that I have now. I'm glad I bought it. And I mean, you have a lot of beers in the class with it that I drink all the time. Like I love Duvel. Love it, right? I love Delirium Tremens. That was like when I first got back to the U.S., like when I was in the military, and I was looking for a lot of the beers that I had experienced while I was in the Navy. Duvel was one of the first ones I found. Next being Delirium Tremens, right? And so, I bought those all the time. Me and my girlfriend, we used to crush it. It is like, instead of bringing home roses, I brought home Delirium. I brought home their different beers. Purple top, blue top, red top, just whatever I could find, and it was like better than roses. So now you have American pales, like Belgian pales, Belgian style pale ales, like Matilda and Damnation and Prankster. But yeah, like like I've had a few that I really liked, and I mean, I just reviewed. Like I mean, you had Pirate. Like I'd love to review that actually right now. I'm gonna actually pull that out the crate, pull some Pirate out the crate, and taste that, because like realistically, watching these beers develop is not like watching grass grow. They're actually really exciting when you taste them, and it gives you a better understanding of, like I said, when you have natural ingredients in the beer, they develop over time. When I taste certain beers, I've had a few beers that I've actually taste, like like I reviewed, and when I review those beers, you can tell just from taste that it's, like I said, it warms up, it tastes the same. When you first pop it, there's nothing extra special. After the first couple sips, it feels like I'm drinking a Budweiser or what's that, the wine of beer. Like the first sip, all kind of tastes. Soon as it warms up, it falls right on his face. But with these beers, they don't change because of, they just use additives and flavoring and syrups and whatever else. At the end of the day, it's not a fucking beer after that. It's a cocktail or some bullshit. So at the end of the day, here we are. We're talking about Stille, Nacht. And so at the end of the day, they get the thumbs up, they get the high rating, they get the you must try it, all that. You try it, I tried it, I love it. So yeah, hit me up, tell me what you think. Try to get a hold of it. It's something that you can get a hold of, because like I said, these circulate. They circulate these beers, and a lot of times most people don't want to buy it, but this one was extremely affordable. Most winter warmers, especially if it's like rare or they don't have like, they want like, say like for a 12 ounce or for like a 12 to 16 ounce bottle, they're going to, well, 12-ounce bottle, they're going to break your neck. They're going to try and charge you like anywhere from $7.99. Not really break your neck. That's not break your neck, but $7.99 to $12 to $13 for it, right? Because it's seasonal. But with this, I'd like to say I probably paid like $3.99 for this at my bottle shop, which is extremely reasonable. So at the end of the day, try and find it. Awesome beer. It's a must-have. It's totally a must-have. Try it out. Tell me what you think. And yeah, we can talk beer. So your boy's about to say, peace out. Cheers. Tally ho. Whatever. At the end of the day, I'm out. I'm about to crush this. About to pull out some cheese. Talk to you later. Peace.